Hey friends, I'm so excited to announce my Healthy Life Scholarship Program, where you can get one-to-one personal training and or health coaching with me for 3 months. You're going to have till January 12th to apply for this program. So if you've been wanting to make changes and you know that having the support of a coach would help you, then I encourage you to apply. We're going to create a custom program just for you based on your goals, your struggles, and where you want to focus for the next 3 months. There's a link for the application in the description. So if you're ready to make 2024 the healthiest year yet, then I encourage you to apply. I'm so excited to be able to share this program with others and help more people. In today's episode, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 daily healthy habits that you can do to help increase your metabolism and burn fat. And this really helps us to take a holistic approach at our health because you're going to see the different areas. But I want you to remember right off the bat that you don't have to do all these. The most important thing is that you can find something that you stay consistent with. So keep that in mind as you're listening to this episode today. Hi friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michelle, mom of 4 and military wife. I have my doctorate in physical therapy and I'm an online personal trainer, health coach, and yoga teacher. Do you wish that you had more energy and could get into shape? Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight? Maybe you've tried a diet before, but it just wasn't sustainable, and now you don't know how to get started. We're going to look at health holistically here, and most importantly, keep things simple and quick. If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably without long workouts or following strict diets, then you're in the right place. In this podcast, I bring together my expertise with real-life strategies. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. So as I go through these 5 daily habits, I'm going to be hitting 5 different areas. We're going to touch on nutrition, movement, exercise, stress, and sleep. So first, let's talk about nutrition and food. So we really want to make sure that we are nourishing our bodies. We get so taken away with what's quick, what's easy, how do I feel, my body is craving sugar, that we forget to actually nourish our bodies. And I'm going to link to in the description below. I have an episode where I talk about the 5 types of eating. So if you're a little stuck there or you tend to have more emotional eating or celebration eating, check out that episode. So a daily habit that we can do around nutrition, this one is a little vague, but we want to shift towards more whole foods, increasing our fiber, and increasing our protein. And a good daily habit to have is to start your breakfast really packed with a nourishing, healthy meal. So I'm going to give you some different examples that I eat. So one is a smoothie. So in my smoothie, I'm going to have some vegetables like spinach or zucchini. I'm going to have a healthy fat in there like avocado or coconut milk. I'm going to have some berries in there typically. I'm going to have my protein powder. If I'm doing a smoothie, I'll put my Organifi green juice in there. I've also started putting prebiotic fibers in there. So it's a really easy way to start my day well. I get a really big dose of nutrition, lots of fruits and vegetables, and there are so many micronutrients and minerals that come along when you do that. Another example would be to have eggs and berries. So eggs are going to give you some protein. They're also going to give you some fat that we need, our brain needs, and the berries are going to give you that fiber. Especially raspberries are high in fiber. Another idea could be butternut squash. So this is not quite a non-starchy vegetable, but it's not as starchy as potatoes. But you can dice that, cube it, put some oil, roast it with some salt and cinnamon, and then also making sure that you're having protein, maybe some sausage with it. I also put walnuts on mine. And then I typically always have my green juice for breakfast too. So start that day with a really nourishing breakfast. And I keep mentioning my green juice. So if you guys don't know, I love Organifi's green juice. It is packed with micronutrients from different vegetables like different greens and grasses, but it also has adaptogen herbs. My favorite one is ashwagandha. It's an adaptogen herb, so that means it's going to help with your stress response. So it has helped me a lot. I've been drinking it for a year now, and I notice a difference when I tend not to drink it as much. So if you use the code HEALTHY20, you're going to save 20%. There's going to be a link down in the description. And as we're also talking about nutrition here, another thing I like to do in the morning is start my day with my daily dose of omega-3s. If you guys don't know, I tested my levels. They were terrible. They were like 37-1. The ideal ratio is 3-1, but really experts in the fields are even saying 2-1, 1-1. So I want to make sure I start my day healthy, because when we don't have enough omega-3s that come from fish, our cells are not going to function well. And this is also a common deficiency in kids. And it's super interesting because there's so much science out on omega-3s, but there's a big gap in what we are consuming and what we're being told. So there's going to be a link in the description where you guys can test your levels and get started with the high quality omega-3 supplement that I use. No fishy burps, none of that yucky stuff. It doesn't oxidize. It's packed with polyphenols. So make sure you guys check that out and add it to your morning routine if you are not already. So let's move on to movement. So if you haven't heard from me before, movement is when we are just moving around. So it's not the exercise, it's going for a walk, it's sort of cleaning our house, walking further to go into the store. So I want you guys to have a daily habit where you're getting movement in. But remember, start small. Start where you are. So I want you to make a goal for yourself. Your goal can be in steps. It can be in miles. It could be an amount of time. Maybe your goal right now is to just start with 5 to 10 minutes of movement a day. And think about where you're going to put that in. Does it need to happen in the morning, in the evening? But I want you guys to start becoming intentional around moving your bodies more. And this helps our metabolism because it raises our basal metabolic rate. So just from moving more, we're going to burn more calories in a way that doesn't stress our metabolism. So think about, where is that first goal for you? Habit number 3 is exercise. So exercise is where we're getting our heart rate up, or we are moving our muscles and we're feeling that burn and that challenge to our muscles. So I want you to think about, most days, how can I get some exercise in? And it can be something quick. It doesn't have to be something long. You could start with, I'm going to do 20 squats a day, or I'm going to hold a plank. So find something that you can do. I'm going to link down below. I have 2 free challenges. One is a 5-day core challenge, and it's only 5 minutes a day. The other is a 15-minute a day exercise challenge. It's 5 days. So you guys can get started with something right there, because it's important. We want to make this part of our lives. Have that block for movement, have some time for exercise, make it a part of your life, because our bodies are meant to move. Ladies, if we are not using our muscles, we're going to lose them. And we want to go into aging healthy and strong. All right, so tip number 4 is to slow down and de-stress. So if we're constantly stressed out, our hormones are not going to function as well. Stress really has a big impact on our health and the way our metabolism works. So this can be really hard, because I know we're busy. I'm busy too. But it's something I constantly have to be intentional about, and I want you to also. So for me, I have my morning routine where I first wake up. I am not going on phone or electronics for about an hour. I typically do a Bible study. Sometimes I'm doing some movement in there. But I'm creating the space for me to start my day in the right frame of mind. I also like to, most evenings, it doesn't happen every evening, but I like to journal or do EFT tapping or something to close my day, to release some of these stresses that allow me to sleep better and just process our day. You know, we're so busy that we often don't get to process our emotions or what's going on. We tend to stuff those under the rug. So how can we slow down and de-stress? So ask yourself each day, what do you need to do to de-stress? Is that just taking some breaths, doing a quick meditation? Is it having a simple morning or evening routine? But we want to incorporate this into our life, into our healthy habits, because our health is more than just our exercise or food. It is our body, and our mind runs how our body is working and our hormones are functioning. So we have to create and allow space to take care of ourselves. And the last one is to prioritize sleep. Because when we are not getting enough sleep, cortisol rises, our hormones are getting out of whack, our metabolism isn't going to work as well. We're not going to think as well. We're not going to feel very good. So how can we start to prioritize sleep? So maybe your daily habit might be setting a bedtime. Or maybe, like I said, you might have a wind down routine that's going to set you up for better sleep. Another great supplement to take is Organifi's Gold, and it has a lemon balm in it, and it's a really calming drink to end the night. So I'm typically doing that. Sometimes I'll do a tea that has chamomile and lavender in it. But having a routine or a ritual, when you start to slow down, maybe you're turning off your phone. Typically after 8, I plug my phone in the charger and I don't go back on it. So how do you have to set yourself up for sleep to make that important? But don't stress about sleep. That's the worst, when you feel like, oh, I'm not sleeping good, and then it just messes with your sleep. So don't stress about it. But think, how can I set myself up for better sleep? What do I need to do? Are there any shifts I need to change? All right, guys. So number 1 is starting with our nutrition and really starting with a good breakfast, making sure we're getting enough protein and fiber in it. Also making sure that we're taking our omega-3s and just starting our day off really well. Number 2 is getting movement in. Carving out a piece of time that you're going to commit each day to just walk, to just move your body. Number 3, getting a quick workout in. So we're using those muscles, we're using our body, and as we build our muscle, we're going to boost our metabolism. Our body is going to start to burn more calories. Number 4, how can I de-stress? What ritual do I need each day to slow down and to relieve some of my stress, to care for myself? Number 5, how can I prioritize and be more intentional about making sleep a priority? All right, guys. So I hope that this was helpful to you. I also hope that if doing a little something in each of those areas is too much, pick that 1 or 2 things that you're going to start with and stay committed to it. Because the only way to get there is to stay consistent. So you have to start with something that you can stay consistent with. All right, guys, I encourage you to reach out to me if you have any questions. Set up a free call. I would love to talk to you, especially if you're overwhelmed and you've sort of been spinning your wheels lately. Reach out. It can make a huge difference being able to talk to someone. All right, guys, feel free to head to my Facebook group, Healthy Beyond 40. And I would love to hear what your healthy habits are that you want to start implementing. Whether that's 1, 2, 3, or 5 of these, tell us in the Facebook group what you plan to do. All right, have a great week.